Jeshua, what's coming in 2025 Part 1. I am Jesus Christ, I am the way, the resurrection, and the life. I am now in your midst. The great transformation of people and their hearts is now underway, and the great transformation is the theme, and will be the event in 2025. Everything is subject to massive processes of change. Everything is being made new inside and out. We want to focus on the inner change in the first part of this message. Beloved person, you have traveled a long way, an impressive distance in time, and mastered many issues and levels of earthly existence. Today you are facing the final tests, the decisive forks in the road, and you will receive a previously unattainable accompaniment from the light. Truthfulness in all areas. It is the time in which you can, should, and will live, and realize your missions. The energy has turned towards truthfulness in all areas and authenticity on all levels. In 2025, people who deal with their inner processes deeply and truthfully will receive the gift of their destiny. For it will be revealed to you what you were born for, and why you are irreplaceable. The energy has shifted. While the destructive elements find less and less room to play, the constructive element begins to blossom. Changes at great speed. It is important to internalize the following for the coming year 2025. There will be big changes at a great speed. That's why it's important to get in tune with it internally and be ready to accept the new. For those who hold on to old opinions and beliefs, the coming time will be a time full of trials. Those who internally say goodbye to old opinions and beliefs will blossom like never before and rise, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. This time from 2025 onwards will bring another phenomenon. Truthful things can be implemented quickly with earthly and heavenly support, while the destructive plans that are still being spread will be deprived of their breeding ground. Spiritual revolution. The main feature of the coming year is a massive spiritual awakening of people for whom the term spirituality was previously a foreign word. Spirit is making its way into business, art, politics, and even religions. People of a new type are increasingly emerging. And what began, and was hinted at in recent years is developing into a storm of truthfulness. Therefore, in 2025, it is all about one thing for you, paying full attention to your inner homework in order to heal your heart and free your soul from the remaining overlays of time. It is important to welcome the change in the external world because you are ready for your own transformation. Your focus on your own transformation is becoming increasingly important, and the successes of this are becoming more and more noticeable and visible to more and more people. Therefore, it is impossible for the forces of cold light to gain victory over humanity because you are rising up and freeing yourselves like never before. Everything is happening in divine order. The year 2025 is the key year in which people will gain self-confidence in their true actions and empower themselves to act in light, both in small and large ways. Fears about the future will fade as you shape the future yourself, and the light will begin to spread to those who choose it. But for those who have committed themselves to the system of lies, the time of painful learning experiences begins. What began 2,000 years ago with the planting of the seed of love is now blossoming. And finding completion, man is becoming aware of himself in God. The year 2025 contains this spiritual revolution, in the silence of the hearts, and for the great changes in the world. In infinite love I am, and will remain with you. Jesus Christ. Jeshua, what's coming in 2025 Part 2. The time of the first harvest. The time of the harvest has begun. Your light-filled intentions are beginning to be reflected externally through concrete positive changes. Pay attention. Observe carefully. In 2025, there will be big positive surprises in the midst of the great upheavals because the baton will be taken from the hands of the previous base setters of this matrix. To the extent that you are aligned with absolute truthfulness in your own life, in the microcosm, everything in the macrocosm will also be aligned with it. Therefore, the extent of revelations and innovations in 2025 will reach an unexpected magnitude and dimension. movement and revitalization on all levels. In detail, Asia is playing an increasingly central role in world affairs. Previously unknown technologies are finding their way into people's everyday lives. Many inventions are being made accessible to everyone. Hiding them is no longer possible, or even intended. Africa is emancipating itself, gaining self-confidence, and breaking away from dependence on the West. Encounters on equal terms form the new political framework for action. Anyone who is neither able nor willing to do this is at a disadvantage politically or economically in Africa. North America and USA major changes in the economy, a new self-confidence, and a return to one's own origins. This deprives globalist tendencies of their breeding ground and energy. South America individual countries will serve as examples of the pace of change and of successful economic and social transformation. Europe. While the European Union is taking the next steps towards its ultimate abandonment, the people are entering the next phase of awakening. While the European construction is losing importance at all levels, the individual European states are regaining their importance through self-determination and self-discovery. Blocs are emerging and consolidating. Europe is being rethought and remade by courageous and intelligent people, and even if the defenders of the construct want to block and thwart this with all their might, in the end, what the people want, and not what the systems want, will prevail. Great is your power of manifestation, powerful is your will to implement all of this with love, in the midst of the storm of time. You are honored, sanctified, and your work is on this humanity, and on yourselves. JJK, and Germany. Germany. Jesus Christ, Germany is descending deep in order to rise and rise all the brighter. People are not yet ready to unleash the energy for the necessary change as a collective. However, it is not a question of if but of when. And in 2025 we will come a significant step closer to this moment in Germany's contemporary history. Generally there will be many protests and mass rallies in many places around the world. These images will leave their mark on people and trigger a chain reaction. What is decided politically on the streets has long been decided spiritually in people's hearts. The return of people, and the longing for a deeper understanding of the why, and what is. This wants to, and will be nourished. Why will the change succeed, and why will you have a positive future? Because the number of people who promote and demand it is enough for 2 Earths. Do not worry, but work courageously and determinedly on the new earth by bringing light into your own darkness and joy into the world where it is joyless. Everything is born in you before it can spread and develop for the benefit of all. Heaven is on your side, everything is given, everything is love, and everything is life. The year 2025, the year of transformation, and the year of the first harvest, awaits you in action. So go. I am with you. Jesus Christ. Powerful celestial opportunities in 2025. The awesome success of the various activities of light awakening humanity co-created with the company of heaven in 2024 has accelerated our ascension process in wondrous ways that we will experience throughout 2025. One of the most life-changing things that occurred in 2024 is that Mother Earth was able to reclaim her rightful place in our solar system. This is something that she has been striving to accomplish since her fall from grace eons ago. The seeming miracle occurred when all of the solar logos, from the suns beyond suns in Earth's lineage were, at long last, breathed into the full embrace of our grand central Sunday. The solar logos, from that system of worlds, are known through all creation as Sanat and Luz. The other solar logos from the suns in Mother Earth's lineage consist of Helios and Vesta, from our physical sun, Alpha, and Omega, from our central sun, Eloa, and Eloha, from our great central sun, and Ella, from our great central sun. Since Mother Earth and all of the suns in Earth's lineage were breathed into the full embrace of our grand central sun, all life evolving on Earth has been daily and hourly ascending into new solar and cosmic coordinates. With every breath we take, Earth's adjusted position in the universe is allowing all life on this planet to receive higher and higher solar light codes through the portals of the sun's and Earth's lineage, and our grand central sun. This vibrational shift created the sacred space that enabled all life on Earth to safely experience the most intensified 40-day purging process that humanity, the elemental kingdom and Mother Earth had ever been able to safely withstand. According to our Father, Mother, God, and the company of heaven, the most life-changing aspect of this 40-day purging process is that literally centuries worth of humanity's human miscreations were transmuted back into light by the violet flame of cosmic forgiveness. This transfigured the extremely dense and discordant psychic astral realm of illusion surrounding the planet into a much more rarefied veil that is now considered almost gossamer. This purification has allowed the solar light codes and the positive aspects from all of the astrological and celestial events that will take place in 2025 to bless Mother Earth and all her life much more effectively than ever before. If you are familiar with astrology, you know that there are very healing and positive aspects, as well as very challenging and uncomfortable aspects, associated with every celestial movement of the heavenly bodies in our zodiac. These shifts of vibration affect all of us whether we are aware of them or not. Previously, all astrological alignments have had both positive and negative influences in our lives, but since the purging of the dense psychic astral realms, everything has changed. In the past, due to the dense psychic astral veil of illusion, the negative aspects reached us much more tangibly than the higher frequency positive aspects. Now, however, the healing and positive aspects can easily pass through the gossamer veil and bless us in infinite ways. We do not have to know anything about astrology to fully comprehend the assistance the celestial alignments will bless all of humanity within 2025. All we need to realize is that now that the psychic astral realm of illusion has been greatly purified of the negative aspects that are challenging or uncomfortable for each of us have been greatly diminished, and will no longer be able to have the adverse effects that we have experienced in the past. Now, the positive effects of every celestial event will be greatly enhanced. We will all be able to transcend the negativity, which will greatly empower the gifts of light our Father, Mother, God, and the heavenly realms will bless us with not only in 2025, but from now on. In perfect synchronicity, the number of celestial events we will be blessed with in 2025 is extremely rare. These events will empower each of us in our newly accelerated ascension process. Know that the reason these astrological alignments will be much more powerful than ever before is because of the newly rarefied gossamer veil now encircling the planet. Celestial alignments for 2025. This is a brief list of the alignments that we will experience in 2025. Every man, woman, and child on Earth will benefit from these celestial opportunities in new and far more powerful ways than ever before. Pluto moved into 0 degrees of Aquarius in November 2024 during our 40-day purging process. This began the rare gathering of celestial alignments we will be blessed with in 2025. These are the planets that will be moving into new zodiac signs in 2025. Remember, 0 degrees births all kinds of new beginnings. The number of planets moving into 0 degrees in 2025 is extremely rare. Neptune will be moving into 0 degrees of Aries for the first time since the mid-1800s. Saturn will be moving into 0 degrees of Aries for the first time since the mid-1990s. Jupiter will be moving into 0 degrees of Cancer for the first time since 2013. Uranus will be moving into 0 degrees of Gemini for the first time since the 1940s. There will also be powerful retrogrades involving Mars, Venus, and Mercury. The important planets moving into cardinal signs are Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter. Nodal changes involve Aries and Libra moving out of the node position they have been in since 2023 and Virgo and Pisces taking over that node position until 2027. Then, of course, we have the usual annual alignments, which include equinoxes, solstices, solar and lunar eclipses, new moons, and full moons. In every one of these celestial opportunities, the challenging and uncomfortable aspects that have previously been so painful and difficult for us will no longer affect us in the adverse ways they were able to in the past. Light is infinitely more powerful than darkness. Since the dense psychic astral veil of illusion, which the company of heaven often described as almost tar-like, has been purified and transfigured into what they now refer to as a transparent, gossamer veil, everything has changed. The positive and light-filled aspects of every celestial opportunity are now far more available to us and will influence our earthly experiences far more tangibly than ever before. So, please pay attention and focus on what your divine intentions are for the future. Then you will co-create in collaboration with our Father, Mother, God, and all of the beings of light in the heavenly realms what you want to manifest on the new earth. This is not only your purpose and reason for being, it is your divine destiny. Dear one, in our weekly vlogs in 2025, the company of heaven will guide us through these events step by step. Please listen to your own intuitive guidance every day. 2025 will be a powerful year for unique awakening and manifesting. God bless you, precious heart. I look forward to being with next week. Ashtar Command, the reality about chemtrails. Greetings from the command. For a long time, the so-called chemtrails have become a chemical threat to your health. Although they are still seen by many as conspiracy information, it is the purest reality. Your skies have been used for a long time as spaces for contamination, when heavy metals and degenerative chemistry, which would cause diseases that seem natural and imperceptible at first glance, were released into the air by planes and other means. Chemtrails have always been a very serious topic within our Federation, considering it was one of the harshest means those acting in the shadows had to maintain control over you, through diseases caused by such contaminations. Obviously, as we've said, all this in a very imperceptible manner for many, because looking at the sky and seeing these trails would not instill any suspicion, since, at first glance, they are just airplane contrails in the sky, nothing more. And thus, they continued poisoning people for a long period. It's crucial to emphasize that this is currently being finalized by our forces. We have been strongly acting in atmospheric cleanups, and these means are being concluded. It's not just this that has been contaminating your physical and mental health. The food industry, for a long time, has only given you mass to kill hunger, but it has no intention of nourishing your bodies. Of course, there are exceptions, our many allies, who have, in alternative ways, helped many people with their diet. You yourselves have felt the need to eat better and seek healthier foods as much as possible. We know that human conditions in many regions are difficult, and one of the first things to be implemented when the plans go into action is to permanently end hunger on the planet, and the means by which it happens. There is life and health for all, as well as healthy food, potable water, and means for disease healing worldwide. However, the elites, in their power games, have continued for a long time to corner you into trenches, in the war they always wanted you to believe in, when they ferment in your heads that living is a constant struggle. Clearly, keeping many people sick, hungry, and without access to the basics is a way to make them, the elites, seem more heroic, when they manage desperately for help for the bare minimum to survive, while they, the minority, undermine people's daily efforts, transferring wealth to themselves, and living surrounded by everything they need, without scarcity. The way you have been treated over the centuries is cruel, and we assure you this is ending. Our messages have reached the ears of many leaders around the world, and certainly our attention on Neva and other reliable channels is being redoubled as their social media and means of mass transmission begin to be seen and marked as red flags in the paperwork of those who do not want people's minds to open to the basics. We hasten to inform you that much of what we bring is not new. Be assured that it is different this time, because the traps they set against people are no longer active, and we have been authorized to corner them in ways we never have before. Additionally, within our messages, we are embedding codes that our allies on Earth understand well, and can know the next step forward. While all this unfolds seemingly behind the curtains, as they say, you begin to perceive that there's something different in the air, and this time, it's not the chemistry that deteriorates your central nervous system, let alone ferments potential for cancer, or keeps you in a constant state of stress and fear. In reality, what you perceive now is a different energy, which your souls begin to capture and transmit to your physical brain, inspiring you to take better care of yourselves. Continuous health checks for your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health begin to become a daily habit. It's no surprise that you start to no longer eat what you ate before, nor go to places you used to, let alone accept relationships that poison your souls. This is a natural movement because while we advance at high orbit, below the planet, you on the surface change the vibration, leaving the non-federated draconians and reptilians, leaders of most global elites, with no way out, because the only way they can control you is when you yourselves do not value your own lives, existing in automatic mode, without the basics, leading to a cascade of expansions. Why am I here? What is my role? Where did I come from and where am I going? These are basic questions to start exiting the matrix. Apart from bombarding your leaders with the basic question we've been instructing you for so long, why are you hiding extraterrestrial reality? You will begin to see the food industry start a collapse process. Current medicine being completely remodeled, and, of course, the way you are treated completely changed, so that you have lighter and happier experiences, when human dignity will be the primary agenda in all Earth's surface regeneration programs. No old structure of non-federated reptilian and draconian domination and power will remain standing on this planet. No means that exploit, mine, malnourish, and unbalance life, in its various forms, will remain active in this world. For the time of transformations has come, and you will see, little by little, the undermining of the means by which the Illuminati and their power networks have sustained themselves. While all this happens, you continue to be called by us, who are populating your skies, as time goes by, making our partnership with you undeniable, and reducing the chances of the most skeptical to see us as a threat to life. We never wish to dominate your planet and enslave you, as some of your movies have shown over the decades. That was another means to instill in your subconscious the idea of a dominant extraterrestrial invasion, so that when the moment you are now arrived, the memories of what the movies delivered would be activated, and you could deny our support, and ask for help from your leaders. It's not new that their agenda has always been to create the problem and the solution at the same time, so you would keep giving them power, and they would continue being the heroes. The old world continues to crumble, and do not fear when you are called to also abandon old habits. Your souls confirm this need to abandon old customs, often imposed by your limiting beliefs about life, and how to be, and live. Those who have muffled their souls with distractions now see an empire they thought was indestructible crumble, realizing our arrival, after so many warnings we've given over the last 300 years. There is no other way but that of this planet's redemption. Our fleets are tasked with finalizing the means that have kept them in power for so long. We emphasize again that we are not your saviors, but we are friends who come with trumpets at high volume, alerting you to the predators around, so you can wake up and take the necessary measures not to be dragged into cycles of deception and perpetuation of suffering. We are also glad to say that one of the main draconian leaders at the top of power surrendered in the last few days, and relinquished a base in Congo, Africa, freeing many souls there. This positively impacts the harmonization of chronic conflicts in regions like Sudan, Mali, Mozambique, Angola, Darfur, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, South Africa, and other points on the continent. Obviously, the astral zones of these regions were taken over by reptilian soldiers, commanded by this leader, who recently surrendered, thus ensuring their dispersion, who have immediately begun to be captured by our forces. Africa is one of our future bases, and we are directing one of our main fleets there. This continent has been suffering in many regions from the abuses of the elites, who wish to perpetuate suffering in many environments there, and finally, the Divine Masters are heading there for the necessary liberations. There is a vast number of star seeds living physically in these places, and the Great Awakening will leverage the great balance in the continent. The world, little by little, will interconnect its forces for a common good, and there will be no other leadership than love and fraternity. For many, this might still be a mere utopia, but we assure you it is the inevitable reality, for thus is decreed the ascension of Earth, and there is no one who can change the plans already set by the cosmic force we call Supreme Creator. This is an official message from the Ashtar Command, speaking through Neva at this time. Listen to the voice of the Ashtar Command speaking now, and conveying these truths. Friends of Earth, little by little, you will realize the need to hold hands to move forward together towards liberation. You have all the support from the heavens, and now, more than ever, this union is necessary. The old common saying among you has never made more sense: the voice of the people is the voice of God. You will see yourselves unified, chanting in a single voice, all nations of Earth, I want to know about my cosmic heritage that has been denied to me. It was this chanting that brought us here, and here we shall remain. Adonai. Source: arrayofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light, click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.